Modules 5, 6, and 7, Capitalization. Rule number 1. All words that are part of official names of places, whether these places are large or small, start with capital letters. Notice it's all the words that are part of the official name. Lake Talon, Quebec City, the St. Lawrence River. Notice in the St. Lawrence River that the word "the" is not part of the official name of that place. The official name is St. Lawrence River, so we don't capitalize the T. Cadalore College, Main Street, the Benson Building, the Palace Ballroom. Note, common nouns such as lake, city, river, college, street, building, ballroom are only capitalized if part of official names. So if you wrote, I visited a city today, the term city is generic. It's not the part of official place name, so we would not capitalize the C. It would be lowercase. Rule number 2. The names of the points of the compass, north, south, east, west, are not capitalized if they are used to indicate direction. However, if north, south, east, and west are part of the names of geographical areas, they are capitalized. So the difference here is direction or geographic area. Let's look at 2 examples. Example number 1. I drove north to Timmins, not south to Toronto. North and south in this example are both directions. They are not geographic areas. In the second example, for years I lived in the far north, but now I live in the west. Both far north and west are geographic areas. Example number 3, or rule number 3. All words that are part of the official names of organizations start with capital letters. Now, rule number 3 is basically exactly the same as rule number 1. When we have official names of places, all the words are capitalized. And it's the same with official names of organizations. Canadian Tire, the Ontario Public Service Employees Union, the Liberal Party, the Rotary Club, the Toronto Blue Jays. Again, note, in these examples, the Rotary Club and the Toronto Blue Jays, the word "the" is not part of the official name of the organization. But if it were, we would have to capitalize it. Rule number 4. The official names of courses are capitalized, again, just like official names of places or organizations. However, if the name of the subject or discipline, rather than the official course name is used, it is not capitalized. So do not capitalize discipline names, but do capitalize official names of courses. So for example, example number 1, I took Communications 205 last semester. Communications 205 is the title it's the official name of a course. So we capitalize communications. However, in example number 2, we do not mention official name of a course. We're just mentioning and listing here disciplines or subjects. This year, Bob is taking math, physics, and English. These are generic references to disciplines, math, physics, and English. However, notice that we do capitalize English. That is because we always capitalize English because it derives from the word England, which is the name of a place, so it's capitalized. Just like the word French. It is derived from the word France, which is capitalized, so we always capitalize the word French. See Rule 17, or sorry, Rule number 7 for more on this. Rule number 5. The names of the days of the week and the months of the year start with capital letters. However, the names of the seasons are not capitalized. I think we all know that the names of the days of the week and that months of the year are capitalized. However, sometimes we make the mistake of naming the seasons with capital letters, but no, the seasons are not capitalized. So for example, I was born on a Monday in October, which is probably why I love the autumn so much. Notice Monday and October are capitalized. Autumn or fall or spring, summer, winter are not capitalized. Now, if you were to refer to the fall 2010 semester, that would be capitalized because the fall 2010 is the official name of a semester. Rule number 6. The names of official holidays and other special days, whether celebrated in our own or in other countries, are capitalized. So Christmas Day, both Christmas and Day are capitalized. Halloween, Remembrance Day, Columbus Day. Note, if the word day forms part of the official name of the holiday, it is also capitalized. Okay, like in Christmas Day or Remembrance Day or Columbus Day. These are the official names of those holidays. However, if you were to refer to Halloween Day, I will be visiting on Halloween Day, you would not capitalize day because there is no official holiday called Halloween Day. We refer to Halloween, that's an official a name of a holiday, so we would capitalize the H, but day is not part of that. Rule number 7. Words formed from the official names of people, places, or things are capitalized as well. We've described this earlier. Therefore, French formed from France is always capitalized. So, examples: Shakespearean drama, Roman roads, American history. Notice Shakespearean comes from the surname Shakespeare, William Shakespeare. So we always, when referring to Shakespearean drama, capitalize S. And the same with Roman roads, American history. Notice that drama, roads, and history are not capitalized because these are not, Shakespearean drama, Roman roads, and American history are not official names of anything. Rule number 8. Official courtesy titles, for example, professor, doctor, president, are sometimes capitalized and sometimes not. Okay, this is a bit complicated, so I've broken this down. Rule number 8A. If the title is used as part of the person's name, it is capitalized. For example, I enjoyed Reverend Smith's sermon last Sunday. We are referring to Reverend Smith. We're putting Reverend as part of his or her name, so therefore we capitalize both the R and the S. The same with, and this is probably a lot easier to remember, and the same rule applies to Aunt Agnes or Uncle Joe. What are you giving Aunt Agnes for Christmas? If we attach Aunt to Agnes as a title for Agnes, then we capitalize Aunt and, of course, Agnes, her name. Rule 8B, if the title is used instead of the person's name to address that person, it is capitalized. Notice if we are addressing that person, we're speaking to them. So what is the matter with me, doctor? We haven't said Dr. Smith. If we did, of course, we would capitalize it as well. Doctor and Smith would be capitalized. But even if we're just simply addressing Dr. Smith as doctor, we're speaking to him or her, we would capitalize it. The same way with dad. Okay, why can't I have the car tonight, Dad? You're addressing your father. You're addressing him as Dad. So we would capitalize the D. Now watch Rule 8C. However, if the title of an occupation is used instead of the person's name and is not used to address the person, it is not capitalized. So for example, I'm going to see the doctor this afternoon. In that case, we're not referring to Dr. Smith, and we're not addressing the doctor. We're not speaking to him or her. And the same with uncles and aunts, accountants, lawyers, teachers. His uncles are accountants, lawyers, and teachers. We do not capitalize uncles, accountants, lawyers, or teachers, because these are not the titles of someone and they are not being spoken to, addressed. Rule number 8D, when the title is separated from the name by commas, or when it follows the name, it is not capitalized. Okay, let's look at this. This is a little bit more complicated. The president, Mary Jensen, listened attentively. Okay, so the name Mary Jensen, and she is the president, her name follows the title president, and it is within commas. So we don't capitalize president. We would capitalize president if we were referring to President Mary Jensen. That's her title. However, if the title president is separated from the name Mary Jensen with commas and comes before it, then we don't capitalize. The same way with Sam Bell, professor of history, attended the meeting. If we were speaking to Professor Bell, or if we were just referring to Professor Bell with his title, it would be capitalized Professor Bell. Rule 8E, abbreviated titles commonly used for a person's name are always capitalized. Doctor, as an abbreviation, capitalized. Prof, or Professor Norton, capitalized. Ms. Sampson. It's essentially, when you use these short forms, it's essentially the same rule as referring to Professor Bell with his or her title. Okay, whether it's a short form abbreviation or not, it's capitalized. Rule 8F, abbreviated academic degrees, which usually follow a person's name, are also capitalized. Francis Hansen, PhD, this stands for Doctor of Philosophy. And George Monk, MD, we capitalize these two terms. This is a medical doctor, Doctor of Medicine. Rule number 9, the official names that companies give their products are capitalized. So, Coke, Tide laundry detergent, Kleenex tissues, Revlon, lipstick, an IBM computer, Crazy Glue. Note, common nouns that follow company names, such as tissues, are not capitalized unless they are part of the official name, as in glue and Crazy Glue. Notice Tide laundry detergent. Tide is the official name of the product. Laundry detergent is just a generic name referring to what type of product it is. But Crazy Glue is the official name of that type of glue. Of course, if you were referring to glue generically, you wouldn't capitalize it. For instance, I mended the broken vase with glue, you wouldn't capitalize it. But if you mended it with Crazy Glue, you would have to capitalize Crazy and Glue, because that's the entire official name of that product. Rule number 10, in the titles of books and other literary works and in headings, the important words are capitalized and the unimportant words are not. I read A Car to Be Proud Of last week. In this, A, which usually, as an article, isn't usually capitalized because it's not that important of a word as an article. However, other articles, by the way, are an and the. However, in this case, it's the first word of the title. So in that sense, it's important. So we should capitalize it. But to is not an important word, but we wouldn't capitalize it because it's in the middle here. Of usually wouldn't be capitalized, as not that important of a word to a title. However, it's the last word of the title. So it is important because of its position in the title. Rule number 10, continue. Notes. Unimportant words include articles such as a, and, the, short conjunctions such as and, or, but, short prepositions of, for, at. However, the first and last words of the title, even if unimportant, are always capitalized, as we mentioned here with a and of. And also remember, short pronouns and verbs such as be and you are important words and always capitalized. So be and you are special because they are capitalized, are considered important, even though they're rather short. Example, I bought the book entitled How to Do Well in College. In my estimation, the two unimportant, or in the author's estimation, the two unimportant words here are to and in. Do is a rather short verb. However, it is considered important in the context of this title. Rule number 11. Nouns followed by numbers or letters are often capitalized, but sometimes not. Let's look at when they are and when they are not capitalized. Rule 11a. Capitalized nouns referring to significant items, major subdivisions of books or documents. Okay, so if they're significant items or major subdivisions of books or documents, major subdivisions of documents, capitalize them. So important, significant. So chapter 5. Chapters are usually large sections of books. Capitalize it. Policy 455. Policies are generally long and important, involved documents. So capitalize it. Model BGX 7854. Again, the BGX would probably be capitalized, but definitely model should be capitalized. Rule 11b, when these subdivisions are rather minor, don't capitalize them. So line 5, as opposed to chapter 5. Chapter 5 is significant. It's large. It's a large, important subdivision. Line 5 is small. Don't capitalize it. Page 44, do not capitalize. Note 3, paragraph 2, section 5. These subsections or subdivisions of documents or books are considered not as important as a chapter, so don't capitalize them.